How do I even summarize tonight? How do I do it? The Mets win this one by a final score of 7-6. They move to 3 games back in the wild card. They win the Subway Series and take 2 out of 3 for the New York Yankees. The Mets led this one 5-2 after Carrasco struggled in the first inning. His first inning struggles continued, giving up 2 runs on a Stanton double and a couple of walks. But Lindor was able to respond with a big 3-run homer in the second inning after a Gleyber Torres error, and that made the score 4-2, excuse me. The first inning took about an hour, and the pace of this game continued to be slow throughout. Carrasco did settle in for 5 innings, giving up just those 2 first inning runs. The Mets added an insurance run in the 5th to make the score 5-2, but the Yankees got a couple runs back on a Gleyber Torres 2-run homer, 5-4. Lindor would homer again, second time in the 6th. And this time, while rounding the bases, he whistled at Gleyber Torres and the Yankees dugout in response to what the Yankees did against Taijuan Walker. Potentially, he was tipping pitches, and the Yankees were using that as a sign to say he was doing so. So Lindor decided to whistle at Gleyber Torres, kind of at the Yankees dugout as well, which will prove to be very important. The reason that's so important is because of the 7th inning when Giancarlo Stanton crushed a home run to tie the game at 6-6. And when rounding the bases, he certainly had something to say to Lindor, Javi Baez as well, the whole team. He did eventually round the bases, but the benches eventually cleared. It's funny, just a day ago, in the beautiful ceremony of 9/11, Mets and Yankees were standing united as one. Today, the benches cleared. They were once again enemies in an incident that I think kind of seemed to renew this rivalry and really showed this rivalry for what it is. Then to the bottom of the 8th inning, where Francisco Lindor homered for his 3rd homer of the game, 6th homer in 10 games for him. It created his first signature moment as a New York Met. It gave the Mets a 7-6 lead. And if that wasn't enough, Edwin Diaz would face Giancarlo Stanton with runners on 2nd and 3rd and 2 outs. It just seemed like fate, and it truly was fate because Stanton popped out to Francisco Lindor, who else, to end it. The Mets earned a massive victory. Here's Lindor on all that went down tonight.
Mike, actually, let's go over the whole weekend. Wow, what an amazing weekend, man. The Mets fans put up an absolutely show. It felt amazing. I told a couple of the umpires, it felt like playoff, but hot. Playoffs time is usually a little cooler. So hats off to all the Mets fans and the Mets organization that put up a great show. On Saturday, actually the Yankees too, they all got together and they put something very special. And this weekend wasn't for us. It was for everybody that fought out there and contribute to something that's way bigger in the game.
What happened between you and Stanton when he was rounding the bases there? What did he say to you?
Mike, to be honest, I didn't really quite understand what he said, but I don't think he was trying to fight. I think he was just telling me like, hey, I can do it too, or let's do it a little bit more subtle or something like that. That's why I gave him the thumbs up. That's not the way I do things. I'm not trying to fight nobody, and I'm sure Stan wasn't trying to fight me either. Race, I don't know. I don't think the Mets fans forget things, but they definitely probably help them to start to believe in me a little bit more, or continue to believe in me a little bit more. When I came out, dugout, and I acknowledged them, it was special for sure. It was a cool moment in my career, especially being a Subway Series. It was a good day. I'm glad we ended up on top.
Whether or not the Mets or the Yankees, for that matter, make the playoffs, the Mets are 3 games back of the wild card, 5 back of the division. Yankees are now a game out of the wild card. This game was just absolutely incredible. It's a sign of the Subway Series and how great it can be. Incredible win for the Mets, and just a moment, curtain call that Francisco Lindor certainly deserves this season. I'm going to be on Nosebleeds, WFUV's baseball podcast tomorrow to break down the Subway Series. I need a night to sleep on this. This game in this series was absolutely incredible. With an 8 p.m. start and a 4-hour-plus game, I'm very tired from Citi Field, approaching 1 a.m. as I'm recording this here. So I'm going to get to bed. I'm going to get home. Signing off from Citi Field, Sam Davis, WFUV Sports.